Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and on this one we're going to be going over the best Cyclizar build for raids in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now this is the present version of Miraidon and Koraidon, so it should be fun to see how he does in raids. First off, let's start with where to actually get Cyclizar. So to get Cyclizar, you can find him right here on the map, so either fly over to Colonnada Hollow or Porto Marinada and then just make your way over. Once you're here, we're just going to be making our way over to the waypoint. Keep an eye out because he could be anywhere. And then you just want to look around until you find one. Here's one right here. And then you want to encounter him. And hopefully it's not a Ditto when you encounter him. Let's try that again. You want to encounter him. And then once you've done that, you just want to catch him. And you want to make sure he's a Dragon type Tera. So like I said, a Dragon type Tera. Now, I was debating whether to do a normal type Tera and go for the normal type because we've only got 3 normal type builds on the channel. But the Dragon type Tera is going to be slightly better in this situation. Now, the item we're going to be using is going to be the Metronome. And what this does is if we use a move, say we use Dragon Claw, it will be 100% damage. We use it again in a row, it will be 120%, then 140, 160, 180, and 200 at the max. If it gets interrupted though, it will reset. So on your 6th attack in a row, it will be at 200%. Now let me show you where to actually get the Metronome. You want to come to the right side of the map and fly over to Levincian North. And then we're going to be coming over to this Delibird shop right over here. You just want to go in there. And then we're going to be clicking battle items, scroll down a little bit until you find the Metronome and go ahead and buy that for 15,000 Pokedollars and equip it onto your Cyclizar. Once you get out of the Delibird shop, turn right and we're going to be heading to that black and green shop right over there. It's going to be the Chansey supply shop. And I want you to scroll down until you find the Adamant Mint, which is along the red mints, and you want to buy that for 20,000 Pokedollars. This will be our nature. Up and attack, down in special attack. So like I said, up and attack, down in special attack. We are a physical attacker, we don't need special attack. And you want to put your EVs into HP and attack. If you don't know where to get EV items, just come back in the Chansey supply shop. And all of these items right here are your EV items. You can buy 26 HP ups and 26 proteins for your HP and attack. That will get you your max HP EVs and your max attack EVs. It will cost you 520,000 Pokedollars, however. And now that you've got max EVs, let's move on to the max IVs. So to check your max IVs, just go in your main menu and then click on boxes. And then we're going to be hovering over Cyclizar. As you can see on the right hand side, we have all of our main stats. If you click the plus button on your controller, it will go to your IVs. As you can see, I've hyper-trained all my IVs except for special attack, because that would be a waste of money. If you have any IVs that say best, that means that you will not have to max IV train that stat because it will already be max IV. So just check before you do it so you can save yourself a bit of money if possible. And then for all the stats you do need to IV train, just come to a Delibird shop, any will do. Click on General Goods, and then you can find bottle caps. Each bottle cap can be traded in for 1 max IV, so buy as many as you need. It's going to cost you a maximum of 100,000 Pokedollars. And then we're going to be flying over to Montenevera after you have all your bottle caps that you need. And we're going to be coming over to this person right here in the back with the Abomasnow. He will hyper train your Pokemon. Then you will click your Cyclizar and then click bottle caps. And then you will click HP, attack, defense, special defense, and speed. And then you can start the training when you are ready. And now that you've got all your stats up, you have a much higher chance of winning all those raids. Let's move on to the ability. There's only going to be 2 abilities for this Pokemon. One of them is Regenerator. It won't really do much in raids though, so we're going to go with Shed Skin. As soon as you catch your actual Cyclizar, as long as it's not in a raid, it should just have Shed Skin. And this ability, at the end of every single round, you have a 33% chance of healing from any status condition at the end of each turn. So that's pretty good, especially with all them Pokemon that like spore you and paralyze you and all that stuff. Moving on to the moveset, we're going to be running Dragon Claw, Shift Gear, Break-In, Swipe, and Taunt. Now, Dragon Claw is going to be our main attacking move, strong dragon type move, not much else to it. Shift Gear is going to be our setup move. We'll raise our attack by 1 stage and raise our speed by 2 stages. Our third move is going to be Break-In Swipe. Now, if we're against a physical attacker, we will always lead with this. It lowers their attack stat by 1 stage, and then they're not going to be doing as much damage to us, and then we can set up and go on the offensive. Our fourth move is just going to be Taunt. This will prevent us from going to sleep or getting paralyzed or any status conditions. This will prevent them from using any status condition moves on us, and it will also prevent them from setting up at all. But it can't be used when they've got the shield up. Unfortunately, all 4 of these actual moves you can learn through level up, so just get your Cyclizar to level 100 and you're good to go. You can just relearn all the moves and we're ready to get into some raids, so let's do it right now. But before we do, I just want to say we have a Discord. I'm going to put it in the description. Come join, everyone's welcome, tons of fun over there. Let's get into the raids. So we found our first raid. It's a 5-star dragon type Drifloon. Let's see how it goes. So we're going to start off by using Taunt because I think this thing has Will-O-Wisp. So it can't use Thunder Wave after the Taunt, so it has Thunder Wave. Next, we're going to use Breaking Swipe just in case it's got any physical moves. Its attack and special attack are around the same. Uses Air Slash, that's fine. It is a critical hit. And then we're going to use Shift Gear to increase our attack by 1 stage and our speed by 2 stages. The speed doesn't really matter too much. It gets another crit on us, which is unfortunate. So its Taunt has wore off, so we're going to use Taunt on it before we actually start attacking for real. And now it's time to start using Dragon Claw. So we use our first one, does a bit of damage. It's been using Air Slash pretty much all raid. Its shield goes up. It did steal some of our Terra charge. Removes negative effects from itself. So we use Dragon Claw, do a bit of damage to that shield. It uses Air Slash. We're going to hit it with another Dragon Claw. It's going to hit us with an Air Slash, so that's fine. We don't need to set up now. We have Terrestrialize, so we're just going to Terrestrialize and attack with Dragon Claw. So we have Terrestrialized. Time to use Dragon Claw and break that shield. The shield goes down. It uses Thunder Wave, but we do avoid the attack, and now we can finish it off with a Dragon Claw. So the Drifloon goes down. We do suffer with Aftermath, but that doesn't really matter. And then it finally goes down. Let's move on to the second raid. So we have our second raid. It's a dragon type 5-star Dragonite. This one could be a bit tricky, but we're going to see how it goes. So its attack didn't get lowered from Arcanine's Intimidate because of Inner Focus, so we're going to use a Breaking Swipe because Dragonite has a very high attack. It also has Dragon Dance, so we're going to use it again just in case. It's going to use Dragon Rush. This, I would imagine this does a lot of damage. Yeah, it still does a lot of damage. It steals some of our Terra charge. We're just going to use it again. Dragonite is paralyzed, it can't move, and then its shield goes up. Now, just because Dragonite is a really strong dragon type that could do a ton of damage to us, I might just go all raid just using Breaking Swipe because we've already got a really good boost from Metronome. So I'm going to Terrestrialize and keep using Breaking Swipe. With this Pokemon, you could even put a choice item on it and just use Breaking Swipe if you really wanted to, but that would only work against physical raids. You'd struggle against the special raids. Just another way you can play though. As you can see, that did a ton of damage because of the Metronome. I think that was our 4th attack or our 5th attack in a row. So the Dragonite uses Hurricane and then it uses Rain Dance. So now its Hurricane will hit 100% and then it uses Dragon Dance. This will raise its attack and speed, so now it's faster than us. Oh no, it's not actually faster than us yet, so we're going to use Breaking Swipe, nearly take it out, and it lowers its attack, but we do manage to break the shield. Dragonite's frozen solid, it can't move. This will be from the Weavile's Ice Punch, and then we can just finish it off with a Breaking Swipe. Even if it did manage to take us out there, when we come back, we just use Dragon Claw and it's over. But that was a very good raid. We didn't even go down to a Dragon Rush, which is very surprising. Breaking Swipe really saved us there. Let's move on to the third raid. Amazing, we have found a Blissey. This should be very straightforward. It's Dragon type, 5-star. Let's get straight into it. So first turn, we are going to use Taunt because it does have Sing. Even though it's only 55% accuracy, still worries me. It's going to use Seismic Toss. We're just going to get straight into the Dragon Claws because there's no point in setting up if it's just going to keep using Seismic Toss. And I just want to get the Terrestrialize for when we come back the second time. So its shield has gone up very early here. We're going to use Dragon Claw again, do some damage to that shield. Now Blissey has extremely low defense but very high HP. So we'll do a decent amount of damage, but not a ton compared to what its max health is. I'm just trying to get that Terrestrialized right now. We use Dragon Claw again. It keeps removing negative effects from itself. It doesn't have any, so that's good. It uses Dazzling Gleam, which does finish us off with a critical hit, which is very unfortunate. We lose some time. That doesn't matter though. As soon as we Terrestrialize, this is pretty much over. We're going to Terrestrialize now. I love fighting Blissey just because of the rewards that you can potentially get at the end of the raids because it drops all of the Mystica. So we have Terrestrialized and now we are going to use Dragon Claw. Let's see how much damage it does. It nearly takes out the shield. It needs like one tiny hit. It uses Dazzling Gleam, which does quite a bit of damage. Then nullifies the stat changes on our side, but we don't have any. I was hoping one of the AI attacked to take that shield out, but they didn't. So we're just going to have to use Dragon Claw and hope for the best. It does finish the Blissey off and breaks the shield while it's at it. Bliss is going to use Seismic Toss just to deal a bit of damage on its way out. And then it goes down. Let's see if we got any Mystica. I've been robbed. That is very unlucky right there. Now, Cyclizar might not be the strongest Pokemon around. It might not be the past or present Miraidon or Koraidon, but it's still a very strong Pokemon, especially against those physical attackers. So I suggest you give it a try if you like the Pokemon. And if you do want to check out a Decidueye build that's extremely powerful in raids, then click on screen right now, and I'll catch you on the next one.